What is going on, everybody who lives in the future? That's right, it's 2019. The future. We've reached it. We got there, everybody. Way to go. Welcome back to Fly Casual. I'm Corey. We got a lot of great stuff going on tonight. We've got news about the Mandalorian. We've got news about F9. Oh, we got a lot of hot stuff going on. Of course, we're going to talk about toys because that's why you're here. Welcome back to another 2019, or maybe the first one, episode of Fly Casual. Let's get ready to wrinkle! So
it's been a while.
So this old dude,
yeah,
Mike. He goes to not Mike. This guy. This guy was old enough to be like Mike's younger uncle. Okay.
Wow.
This guy was born in like 1870
Same age, we grew up
something.
together. Yeah,
I don't know.
right.
And he wrote all these songs about our alma mater, and he published a book of songs about our alma mater. You know, see, Mike, you were just singing the IU fight song.
Yes.
This guy published a book about our little private university.
Book?
Yeah, a book of songs about our little private university that no one would ever want to write a song about. And so one of his songs is like the school song, and it is the most like tragic. It's like the Recovery Room upholsterer's theme song. Oh, Recovery Room upholstery, way much more than fabric. So like it intentionally sounds prosaic and depressing, right?
Okay,
that's all this guy's music. Now think about it. When you were in college, did you know someone who just sat around like writing short like stanza like poetry or something all the time?
I did not.
See, I did. I knew, and it was all terrible. The dude was awful. He did it because he had no discernible talent. So, having said that,
yes,
I think that applies to this old guy who wrote all these songs. I was like,
right.
he loved the school so much, he wrote a whole book of songs
he just
about
stayed
it.
there and wrote songs.
But I'm like, he wrote a whole book of songs about the school because ain't nobody else want anything he's going to write. And they hold it like it's them, like they rolled him out, ventilator and all, you know, when at our graduation ceremony, and they're like, here he is, he's a little old raisin man that wrote all the music, and I'm like, this is the guy responsible. You're gonna roll him out? Like, am I not supposed to throw rotten vegetables at this dude?
Do it.
My Olivet. Oh my gosh, the most horrible music.
Wow.
Ever. Maybe there was a time. Maybe there was a time when the music was considered not horrible, but given his age, I'm thinking that at the time we had like the Glenn Miller Orchestra. So yeah, music was actually still good then.
Well,
No.
Well, Olivet has the Bears going for it, though, right?
Yeah, but that came after. That started immediately after my departure.
Oh, did it?
Oh,
really?
yes, when they moved from St. Joseph's College.
That's where the Bears do summer camp, right?
Yeah, that's where they're going to try. That's where they're going to be doing all their kicking drills this summer.
Sooner rather than later.
No,
you go out there in that snow and kick.
Part of me likes to think that like the students are all standing around and he's just out there by himself, just kicking field goals in the rain.
Yeah.
Right now, they're like, dude, it doesn't start for like months. Just leave me alone. Just got like a fifth of Jack in his
Laces out.
No, I heard
Laces out.
from my wife
that
it was actually tipped.
It was blocked.
Yeah, they did. The replay showed.
Tell all the haters.
Yeah.
I know.
Oh, they love making their fun. So.
Yeah. Well, you know, sports fans, they're always very an even-keeled bunch.
Sportsing.
Yeah. We were like, man, Star Wars fans are super toxic. Have you ever been to a Buffalo Bills game ever? They literally have human sacrifices as
Have you ever sat at a
tailgating.
home game with Packers fans?
Oh my
No,
God.
Cleveland
They
fans.
travel everywhere and they are the worst.
Well, now hold on. Don't rip on Cleveland fans. That's making fun of
they're
people with
awful.
mental health issues, and that's not okay.
That's not nice.
Because those people all suffer from clinical depression and suicidal thoughts, and you can't blame them for that. They have
It's not their
multiple
fault.
cases of what is it, PSSD?
I don't think that's a thing.
Yeah, it's post-seasonal stress disorder.
See, back in college in the 90s, before the Peyton Mannings, during the dark times.
The dark times.
Jeff George.
Yeah, some Jeff George years, baby. Yeah, we would go up and go to some
Jim Harbaugh.
Hey, he was a bear. Shut your dirty mouth.
He was a Colts
wasn't.
too.
He was more of a Colt than he was a Bear.
You know,
off some.
Yeah, come on.
You know what? I'd defend him, but he's a coach at University of Michigan, so he can eat poop.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah,
No
agreed.
desire.
Not a fan anymore, but yeah. No, we'd go up and watch the games. And Cleveland, man, it was always back in those days when you would go to a Colts game, there were always more visiting fans.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
At the Hoosier Dome, yes.
Yes, at the old Hoosier Dome.
Yeah.
So yes, but Cleveland fans were the worst, man. We'd always be stuck in the middle of like the dog pound.
With corny
It was
fingers.
just drunk ass dudes running around spilling beer all over the place.
The
and just,
traveling
Hey,
dog pound.
was
that is
awful.
not exclusive to Cleveland fans because I, friend, went to the Hoosier Dome and saw the Colts play against the Broncos. And the Broncos ended up sealing the wild card for the playoffs the next week. They trounced the Colts because, you know, the way it was, once the Colts clinched the playoffs, then it was they were just running practice drills. They weren't trying. They were going to throw every game they had. That's the way it was. And we sat in there and a dude spilled a beer all over my dad's brand new leather jacket.
Suede.
Yeah.
Suede leather?
No.
It really was.
Yeah.
It really was ruined then.
Yeah, no, it was awful.
I went to a game there, and it was Colts versus Dolphins in the Marino era.
Oh yeah.
And same.
Yeah.
There was more Dolphins fans there.
Right.
There were not more Broncos fans, but again, this was during the Peyton. This was when Peyton was still learning to plant his feet.
Yes.
Oh,
Now, I went to a football game over when I was in England, and you want to talk about beer being spilt?
are you talking? Are you talking like Manchester United?
Whoa.
No, Manchester
Soccer?
City.
Oh, okay.
Not quite as huge as Manchester United, but yes, soccer.
Yeah.
That was an interesting experience as well. Lots of beer being thrown around.
Can't even imagine. Well, welcome back, everybody, to the ESP Rear End Zone.
The Ocho.
Yes. Wow.
Back to you, Cotton.
Seriously, every one of our listeners, I like to believe every one of our listeners was just having a little bit of a panic attack.
I hope so.
They're like, oh no, they've been gone for a month and now they're doing football.
They've forgotten how to nerd. Rest assured.
Rest assured. We nerd.
We're stronger than ever, especially me and Petrie now that we have nobody to root for.
Yeah, that's true.
Colts are still in, baby. Come on.
Yeah, baby.
Come on, bring it on.
Welcome back, ladies and germs, to Fly Casual.
Hey.
I'm the proprietor of this basement studio, Mr. Corey T. Wilson. With me on my left, of course, is Michael J. Archbold.
All right, we are pulling out the tequila for the first time ever.
First time.
Ever in a Fly Casual podcast.
You've never brought,
No, he's never had tequila.
I swear,
not good.
early on, I remember a half-empty bottle of Cabo being hauled in here because that empty bottle, you brought it half-empty, you
Really?
left and it was empty. Just some
that
idea.
may
Sitting
be.
in the other studio when
That
we were
may
still
be.
over in the tiny room
Yes.
studio.
But for the time he remembers, this is the first time.
I remember.
This is
By the way,
first
listeners,
time I remember.
listeners, in 2 weeks, just wait for Mike to go, this is the first time I've ever brought tequila that I remember.
That's what tequila does to you,
As
man.
that effect, you're right.
We gotta watch out.
Yep.
Does Mike get
You drink
angry when he
tequila
drinks
and you
tequila?
never remember drinking tequila.
No, I
ever
don't
again.
get angry.
No, you're thinking of me.
He gets hangry.
I get angry.
Or wait, no.
Very hangry.
He gets horngry.
Oh, well.
That's like 3 words in one there,
watch out.
Corey.
Yeah, well, this is Mike we're talking about.
Yeah.
When the Viagra kicks in, look out.
Yeah.
So anyhow, speaking of Viagra, over there at Master Control is Mr. Stephen J. Howie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That man does not need Viagra. He
No,
just looks
good
at a
Lord.
girl and she's pregnant.
Yeah, seriously.
Well,
You got another one
He
coming?
makes his wife wear a veil
Well,
just so she doesn't catch pregnant.
something needs to happen between now and April. Let's just say that.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
What? Huh?
So that I don't get her pregnant.
I was saying, you're getting your balls cut off? What?
Oh, I thought that was a tax joke.
Something needs to happen between now and April because I need more refunds.
Well, too late, sir.
This child is 6 months old. Excellent.
Yeah.
That's excellent. And of course, cross pond down a few is Mr. Garrick, not Jay Hardy.
You're a bag of dicks.
Oh, thanks. Thanks, Howie.
Gauntlet thrown, I suppose.
Wow.
Latex wiener gauntlet thrown. Right there.
Okay.
How do you come back from that?
I don't know. I can't believe I just said the word latex wiener gauntlet on the podcast. So don't ask me questions and tell me no lies. Hey, Gary,
right.
how's it going, man?
Hey, I guess.
Yeah,
Speechless. You rendered him speechless.
little harsh.
Yeah, I guess I'm okay.
You gonna be able to rebound from that, pal?
Yeah, I don't know.
Hey, man, how's your mom?
Shake it off, man.
How's your mom doing? Still
You don't know.
still rocking the video cam there.
Easy.
You taught her how to use a video camera?
I did.
Wow.
I know.
Wow. Does she drop it on the ground like you did 3 times before you get this one up and running?
Let's hope not, because that's the spare. So I need that one. If I'm going to break this one, I need that one.
I didn't know Jitterbugs had a video camera on them.
Jitterbugs. Is that the old people phone?
Yeah, that's a joke.
I'm like, wait, what?
Yep.
Oh, gotcha.
Jitterbug.
We don't need
Big
Patreon.
buttons.
We don't need people, subscribing and helping us out.
Because
All
we are
need-
advertising old people's
we need Garrick's
cellular health
mom.
devices.
No, we just need Garrick's mom.
That's true.
Whoa.
We are
Yeah.
free advertising for her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's selling.
That's my retirement fund right there.
Yeah.
It's a barter system.
She's moving a lot of product, you might say.
Whoa.
Is-
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
And she's got that gator pelt business on the side.
I heard she likes tequila.
Yeah.
Gators have
Like you don't
pelts.
know. Anyhow, also joining us from the other direction, from the Great White North, Mr. Stephen Petrie.
Hello, guys.
Hey, thank you for
You almost did it. You
I
almost
almost
said
did.
it.
I
thank
almost
you for
did.
refraining. Yeah.
Hello,
Yeah.
guys.
Well, guys,
Well, guys.
I said, come on, Fahogwa guys. Right?
that's the best.
Hey,
Come on,
I
that I
am
know.
digging the Optimus Prime shirt.
Thank
and,
you. Thank you.
Just so you know,
Oh, my.
He's going to show his belly.
Oh, nice.
I'm rocking the Transformer shirt myself.
Fantastic.
This is Dungeons and Dragons.
Okay.
Aw, that's anticlimactic.
That's Howie's nipple. Oh,
That's what I
wait.
was going for. That's Vader.
oh, that's a
Wow.
robe. I like
Yeah.
that.
Hey, Garrick, show us your nickels.
My what?
Your
Yeah,
nickels.
Your nickels.
I need your
My nickels.
Yeah, show us your nickels.
I'll
Yeah.
show you my nickels.
What kind of t-shirt you got on? Huh?
We didn't get the camera to him.
No.
His mom's got the camera.
Yep.
She was supposed to drop it off tonight. She didn't.
Oh,
Well, she had an engagement.
I guess we better earn.
A-
It's better to earn money than see Garrick on the podcast.
a
right?
booking, if you will.
So anyhow, ladies and gentlemen,
Yes.
like to welcome you back to Fly Casual.
Hey.
Hey.
Hey, it's been a while.
Your favorite eventual Star Wars podcast.
Sometime.
Merry New Year.
At some point.
Yep. Happy New Kids, everybody. We're gonna.
Oh.
That's right. We just need you to hang tough until we finally start talking about Star Wars. So in the meantime, please don't go girl.
Yeah.
Is there really even
that's
anything
the
to
right
talk
stuff.
about?
Yeah,
I don't
We'll
know
get
that-
there step by step.
Oh.
Ooh, baby. We gotta get some news in this world.
I don't know.
So did there?
I don't think anything happened over
Not a thing. Star
over
Wars
the
was
holiday.
closed
It
for
was.
a month.
There's nothing going
We're
on.
throwing up
right?
a bunch of old
No more
crap
Star
saying,
Wars.
hey, you want to listen to something? Listen to some old crap.
Yeah,
There you
guys-
go. There's no
yeah.
Star Wars. Star Wars is closed.
Yeah, we're doing a retrospective tonight. You guys ready? Here we go.
We didn't record it, though, so we're going to reenact a conversation.
From 2014. Are you guys ready?
You said the word
Lord.
record, and I had to look over and make sure I actually did hit the button.
Nice.
Otherwise, we're going to just get Garrick's Discord.
Okay, that's a complete lie. There's a ton of news, you guys.
Oh, no.
Tons and tons and tons.
Oh,
Not the
no.
least of which is the Mandalorian in the news this week.
Hot diggity dog is my favorite kind of news.
This week.
I know the Mandalorian, the big hot new thing. That's I think that's our next thing, right? Other than Resistance, right?
No,
That's coming?
when's
Clone
the,
Wars.
Yeah, Clone Wars.
Oh yeah, Clone Wars is hitting here pretty soon. But Mandalorian is out what, April?
Holy crap, that soon?
That's right around the corner.
It's like soon, very
Oh
soon.
my god.
I thought it was at the end of the year.
No, at the end of the year, I thought they
Disney
were.
Plus
That's
comes
called the Ep 9.
I mean, like September-ish.
We're gonna have to check on that. I
I'm
thought it
fact-checking.
was
Keep talking.
okay. Anyway, Mandalorian. we did
I'm
get
playing
some
the part of
news.
Jamie.
We did get some news this week that
Put up on the screen, Jamie.
the seasons will be there will be 8 episodes per season, and they will be 40 to 45 minutes long. So that it looks like they're kind of in the vein of, I don't know, like a
Yep.
Game of Thrones type type long, kind of deal. So, and this is the streaming service. So
Are you comparing this to Game of Thrones?
I am not comparing it to. Well, in some ways, I am.
It's like Letterkenny.
I'm not saying we're gonna have boobs and dong in the Mandalorian.
Or will we?
Ding.
Well, they have bags.
Yeah.
Bags of something. No.
Bags of Garrick.
Bags of dongs.
Whoa.
So anyway, I mean, I don't know. Interesting. Well, first off, I will say
Hey.
I'm
Was this
glad
a reference to my tweet the other day? Is that what this is?
If I followed you on Twitter, I could respond to that accurately.
Oh, yeah.
I unfollowed you because of Funko.
Well, you were the one that broke this news.
What?
I don't remember, man. So
No,
What happened?
Keep going.
News?
Never mind. Let's keep going. Mandalorians! Hey!
So anyway, I mean, any thoughts on that? I mean, to me, that seems pretty appropriate. That's probably what I expected. Maybe, I don't know. I think I expected 10 episodes, maybe. So 8, maybe
I hope in 10.
fewer than what I had expected. So.
I'm still not finding a date. I'm getting, like, back in October, people expecting late in 2019.
Yeah, well, late.
That's what I said.
Hey!
Hey!
All right. So 8 episodes, 40 to 45 minutes. I mean, that's kind of what we expected, though. Right?
All these
Pretty
websites that's trying to
close.
eat my cookies.
I was hoping 10 in an hour, but
Maybe I'm thinking the launch of the streaming service. Is the launch of the streaming service that might be coming up here?
I believe,
March,
I
April.
think that's where you're at.
That's probably where I got that.
And
so.
you were just hoping that it would be right there in the
what
gun.
better
ready to go.
premiere to have?
Well, on
For the
May
launch.
not be until 2020 or later.
No, stop it.
no,
Well, I mean, I'm scrapping all kinds of crap together from all over.
no,
It
because
says the service is
2020.
expected to debut sometime in the fall of 2019.
That's
So
what I said.
And that's what they're expecting The Mandalorian to come out,
okay. Well, there you go. I was wrong. It's not spring.
according
it
to
is fall.
Polygon.
Okay,
All
there you
right.
go.
Oh.
No, I want to dwell on how
If you can't
inaccurate
trust the
that was,
Polygon,
Mike.
what can you trust?
Let's draw this out.
It can't be on a
right,
service
let's
that
talk
doesn't
about
exist.
this.
Oh.
No,
Fall of 20. No.
Also in Mandalorian news, the composer.
Comploser.
Yeah.
There we go.
It was more of a slip, but all right.
The Black Panther composer is also going to score The Mandalorian.
You know how I know I like the soundtrack of that movie? Because that movie was action, a lot of action, and I didn't really notice the soundtrack that much.
Yeah. That's how you know.
That's and that's not the exclusive signs of a good one. Like it's not like you can't have a really good composer put together a score that you do notice a lot. But the fact that I didn't notice it at all, but it also didn't seem like it was absent means that yes, goodness.
You know what? I'll tell you what. I'm kind of agree with you there because I mean it's always nice to have one of those all time classic scores like a Star Wars
but
or
to
a Back
me,
to the
give
Future
me
or
that in
something
a
like
theme
that.
song at the top.
Yeah, sure, or in cinematic or movie or whatever.
When Star
Sure.
Destroyers are flying in toward the beginning.
But I think you're right, especially in a TV series. I mean, the music should just add to the experience and not really pull you out of it.
Not
You know
that,
what I mean?
yeah, not that
So-
much. You can have a few hot beats in there every now and then to
Right.
really land on it, but yeah, dude, we're gonna put in house music. Petrie,
All right.
show me.
Well, you might want to put your finger on the button again. Here we go.
Oh,
You know,
boy.
you know how
Okay,
else you
so-
can tell he's good? You know how else you can tell he's good?
How's that?
His first name is Ludwig.
that's right.
Yeah.
That's a requirement.
Like Beethoven.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you tell us his last
Yeah.
name, Garrick, so we can push the button
No,
on
I'll
you?
let you handle that one.
No.
No,
Come
go
on,
ahead, Mike.
Come on, Ludwig.
How hard can it be if his name is Ludwig?
It's
Really? I mean,
Goranson.
Ludwig
Goranson.
Göransson. We all.
Yeah, suck it, Mike. That was all Mike.
That guy.
Aw, no. So anyway, yeah.
Boy, he
famous-
looks like a Ludwig Göransson.
He is
Is
also.
that like German and Nordic?
Looks like it.
Maybe.
Yeah, okay.
He looks both of those.
Yeah.
He's got
There's
some
umlauts
he's
over
got
the
some
O.
decent cred here. He produced the soundtracks for Creed. He's going to be doing Creed 2. He's done Venom.
Well, I think he probably already did Creed 2.
Venom.
If he's getting around to Creed 2, then he's really late to turn that in.
When Creed 2 comes out, is it out? It's
I
not even
believe
out
Creed
yet.
2 came out last week.
Oh, did it?
All right, I'm going to fact check that release date.
Was he in Creed?
I don't know. Oh, the band Creed.
There's the joke. There it is. He caught up.
You guys, Creed 2 came out November 21st
Oh,
of 2018.
no.
Oh, man. We missed it.
Oh no! Yeah.
Did we, though?
I
I heard Creed was a good movie. I didn't see it.
I liked Creed, but I had no desire to see the second one for some reason. Just wasn't motivated.
Also-
83% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Not bad.
No.
Not bad.
It's like Rocky 5 too.
Does he
Yeah.
win in this one? Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's got the return of I will break you.
But he does have TV chops as well, including Community and New Girl.
Victor Drago.
Okay, this
there
is
you go.
why Community is a big
Ivan
deal
Drago.
because they did so many genre episodes,
Yeah.
different genre episodes that you had to be flexible to score anything on that show. So
That's good then.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Community is one of my favorite shows of all time.
It is a good
At
show.
least a couple seasons of it.
Yeah.
I'm still getting used to the idea, though, that we've got, scores, composers doing Star Wars that are not John Williams.
Yeah.
I'm still getting used to that idea.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'll tell you what, like Rogue One
Or
score.
John Williams' 12 paid assistants.
Yeah, right. Yeah, whatever it is now.
Yeah.
Right. But I'll tell you what, like Rogue One, when it came out, it kind of rubbed me the wrong way at first, but that was because I wasn't used to it yet. Son, listen. I wasn't used to it.
Garrick. Have a seat.
But but now it's really grown on me. I really like that score a lot.
There you go.
I still just don't like the way they introed the movie. And the same thing with Solo. Like, I don't like how they're like, here it is. It's Star Wars in a galaxy long, far, far, long way.
I'm with you, dude,
And
but
then-
they're just not going
Not
to do
Star
crawls.
Wars.
They're just not going to do crawls.
Yeah.
It's just not going to happen anymore.
But like I'm saying, like, well, that movie, like, it was the way Rogue One kicked off from a musicals perspective. I equate to Don Cheadle in Iron Man 2 when he walks into the courtroom. He turns around, he's like, "Rhodey, what are you doing here? You're definitely not other Rhodey, right?" And Don Cheadle says, "Well, you know what? It's me. I'm here. Get used to it." That was the same thing they did with the like right at the beginning
Sure, right.
of Rogue One. It was just like saying, "This ain't John Williams, so suck it."
That's true.
But I still did enjoy it. That was like an awkward way to just like rip with a Band-Aid.
It's
right
a
at the
really
top.
good score. It was just so different initially for
Good
me.
movie.
And I'm sure that it'll be the same thing with this guy. It'll probably be, I don't know, getting used to curve a little bit. But anyway,
Dude,
so
his
the guy's
name
got-
is Ludwig
I know.
Göransson. Jorgensen.
Jurgensen.
His name is Techno Viking, is what I'm saying.
It's going to be good, man.
Did you say Techno Viper?
I said Techno Viking.
Oh, okay.
YouTube it, man.
You know what?
Yeah.
Favreau's involved in this. He did right by the Iron Man
Favreau.
series. I think he's going to do right by Star Wars.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So-
He directed it and he was happy.
Was he, though?
Yeah, it was his character's name was Happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
He's happy. His Iron Man's his chauffeur.
His,
He did the Iron
his
Man.
valet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, moving on to Ep9 news this week. Forbes has put out an article by a gentleman named, if I can get there real
Forb.
quick. I can't remember this.
It was one of the
this
Forbes
chap's
brothers,
name.
one of the several Forbes.
This is an article by Scott Mendelson. Now, Scott Mendelson.
Oh, yeah.
I don't. If you,
Big name.
I read his stuff.
Good old Scooty Men's.
I read a few things and I've read some stuff by him. Sometimes I think of him as kind of a shill for
What?
How
dare you, sir?
But I'll tell you what. Well, I'm going to read the title of this article, and maybe he's getting a little cred back. So the title of this article is Box Office. Star Wars 9 must prove that The Last Jedi didn't ruin Star Wars.
It's
parentheses, fingers crossed, and parentheses.
So he kind of dives into, this article, he kind of dives into box office numbers a little bit and talks about how, the other trilogies did, how the first compared to the second compared to the third on both trilogies, and even talked about other trilogies like The Matrix and things like that. And kind of, basically makes
I
his
hate
point
the fact that that's an apt comparison.
he basically makes his point that, using, these other comparisons and whatnot, that if Ep9 comes in under $1 billion, the worldwide box office, which it very well could, that, maybe some of the hatred for The Last Jedi, some of that actually affected the box office. He thinks, though, that if it's at levels, more like Last Jedi or above, that kind of disproves that a little bit.
I'm going to tell you right now, it's all going to come down to one moment. And I mean this, okay?
Now, they might put out a teaser that's just like a TIE fighter flying through a canyon like they did with Rogue One, right? So that, notwithstanding, like an actual theatrical teaser that actually teases the movie proper,
Right.
will have to strike a chord. It will have to hit a note because the layperson, I'm telling you right now, the average layperson is not going to go to the theater to see Ep9 unless there is a new hook. And it's not because they hated The Last Jedi. It's because they saw The Last Jedi and they went, eh.
Yeah.
And then they didn't bother to go see Solo because they're like, I've had enough for a while. Ep9, to bring them back in, is going to need to hit the reset button on literally one of those stomach drop levels. There's going to need to be something in that teaser, not just your standard run of the mill. Hey, it's Star Wars, like they like to do.
It's going to have to create a buzz.
Wars,
I think what
there's
you're saying
going to have to be a Shyamalanian twist,
but there's going to
teaser.
And there's going to have to be a buzz created that doesn't just permeate through the fan community.
Exactly.
It's going to have to permeate out into the general
gonna
masses.
have to be something massive. One single massive beat. And I don't mean like an audio cue after it fades to black. I mean right smack dab in the middle.
I got it.
Boom.
I know what it is.
What is it?
I mean, it's going to be dead silent. Mm-hmm. And then you're just going to hear the snap hiss, green lightsaber, Luke, black screen.
No, this is what. Here's my prediction. Actually, I don't believe this is going to happen. ... I don't believe this is going to happen. And as cliche as this is on the level of what I'm talking. An example of what I'm talking about.
Uh-huh.
You see some shots of things happening, things moving around, your typical teaser stuff that doesn't tell you anything, and you hear Rey go, they were nothing, they abandoned me. And then you hear Luke's voice, maybe wispy and ghosty, saying, no, I am your father.
No.
What? That'll never happen.
And then
It'll never happen.
Vaughn come flying.
But
in.
what I'm saying is,
there.
What I'm saying is, it's
You
cliche.
see a blue guy in the background.
It'll never happen.
Lightsaber and
And then Mara J comes flying across the screen.
Mara J.
That's the kind of
Mace
note.
Windu's not dead.
That's the kind of note that the average movie-going fan who's not like Star Wars hardcore, but just an average movie fan, that's the kind of note that will mean something to them. It's got to be that plain and that boom right out.
And then he says, from a certain point of view.
See, no,
that example, I do not believe in a second in a heartbeat will ever happen.
No, I like mine better. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No,
That's right. That's what we say.
Who's we?
Oh, jeez.
Garrick and Jim Carrey.
Right.
Does Garrick paint?
I feel you though, man, because I think you're dead on though. When you say
I paint as well as Jim Carrey does.
He's not bad.
I'm not bad. Why are you saying I'm bad? Is that what you're saying?
he's a master of MS Paint. Come on.
You haven't seen my paint.
We're talking about MS Paint. I have seen that, and he is a master.
Yeah.
He's in a class of his own.
Let's get the leprechauns out.
Oh.
That's my favorite subject matter.
MS Paint. There you go.
It's because you look like one.
Yar.
Oh.
So you were saying, Mike?
I was saying I feel you because I think you're dead on. I mean, it's one thing. I mean, I was speaking to the fan community and everybody, fighting about Last Jedi.
Blah,
was
blah,
it good?
blah.
Was it not? Blah,
It's
blah,
all
blah.
noise in the grand global scheme.
But yes, but the average everyday, and I'll tell you what, I mean, because I've got plenty of those in my family, just the average everyday fan.
Of
and
course,
I just remember
most people do.
When you said that, it jogged a memory I had of a conversation I had with my brother-in-law. Because
how many decades ago was it?
He can't remember. He had tequila.
It was Last Jedi. He's got 3 boys. He took the boys to Last Jedi, and we saw each other at a party or something. And he's like, "Hey, have you seen the new Star Wars movie?" I'm like, "Yeah." And he goes, "Yeah."
Yep. That's most of the people that I've gotten that aren't diehards, like people who don't listen to our show or anything like that, are just kind of like, it was but not anything that would drag them back out to the theater again.
Yes,
that's what there needs to be something that the average it's a big enough deal within Star Wars that the average person grapples with it and goes, "Ooh, I want to know more about that."
See, and that's the hard part. I feel like that JJ's got on him right now because I mean, to me, The Last Jedi, I think I've said this before. If the Last Jedi almost felt like a rap to me. Like, okay, this is the end, you know. It's like, hey, you know. So
I know Last Jedi defenders that will admit that right off the bat.
Yeah.
They'll say, I don't know where it's supposed to go.
Everybody, I think both sides of the aisle are pretty much like, I don't know what's 9 going to be. I don't know. Who knows?
I don't even know what to ask for.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they've got the work cut out for them. So I don't know how you create, you know, how you generate buzz, you know, on
that's
what
how
we were given.
That's how. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Don't save it as a surprise. Hit everybody 6 months, 7 months in advance with a surprise that gets the rumble growing again.
Title.
Don't worry about it dying out. The fans will keep it going. The hardcore fans will keep the rumble moving.
Right.
The title's going to be Star Wars 420.
Damn, son.
Oh, and Snoop Dogg's going to be there?
Yeah, he's going to be having a purple lightsaber.
You have a lightsaber. Hey, why? That's
Willie
racist.
Nelson's going to be doing the
Why is
sound.
that racist?
Will you assume because he's a black guy, he's going to have a purple
No,
lightsaber?
I think he would look awesome with a purple lightsaber.
Why wouldn't it
Yeah.
be green, though? Because he's up all into weed and stuff.
Oh.
All
The
right,
important thing is he's fighting Martha Stewart at the time.
That is the most important thing.
Yeah.
And she's got a black lightsaber.
Oh, no.
Oh,
All right,
a dark
so
saber.
let me
The black
nobody
light
wants to see that.
lightsaber. It goes
wants to
along
see
with
that.
the weed lightsaber.
I got you. I see what you're doing.
And they're fighting in front of a statue of Bob Marley made out of felt.
Yep.
This is getting better and better.
Yep.
Well,
right,
start a
then
Kickstarter
Kit Fisto has to
this
be
movie.
there.
Why?
Those are the dreads,
we
man.
got Bob Marley.
Let me throw this question out for everybody then. So
Are you being
wanna
serious
talk
again?
about
I'm trying to be serious.
Okay.
Oh,
Through the tequila.
Mike,
The tequila was wonderful.
Yeah, well, I'm doing rum right now.
Oh,
never-
she's
I've never had
refilled.
good
Look at you.
tequila.
I know. You can have some.
You
Go
haven't
ahead.
noticed he's already slurring his
ahead.
words, but like in the drunk Mike way, not the normal Mike way?
Let me just put it out there for you.
The thing about The Last Jedi.
All right. So,
I can't feel my mouth.
okay, so Force Awakens made $2 billion worldwide, and Last Jedi made $1.3 billion worldwide.
I don't know. I'm smiling because they're laughing. Don't
Okay.
look at me.
So where does F9 come in? I mean, does it hit
9
anywhere close to Force Awakens, which seems like a tall task? Does it get anywhere close to Last Jedi, or does it fall under $1 billion?
Hey, man, F3 made less than F2, made less than F1. So I think that even without all the arguments of the quality or the Last Jedi effect, even with that off the
Actually,
table.
I think F3 made more than F2.
Did it?
I believe.
I'm
pretty
fact
sure.
check that crap.
Yeah, fact check it, but
Jamie, put it on screen.
I'm pretty
Fact
sure.
check it.
Okay.
But
Snopes it.
But I mean, I feel like if this movie does under $1 billion, actually, I feel like if it does anything under Last Jedi, I think Disney's got some, like they need to have
Splaining to do?
they got to have a come to Jesus moment.
For
'Cause-
what? For F10?
Dude, they're not stopping the
this
franchise.
isn't the end of Star Wars.
This is not the end of Star Wars. You're right. I mean,
Or
they've
is
got
it?
They got like 7,000 movies in the works.
You're right.
Right.
You're right. It eked it out domestically, and it did quite a bit better on globally. The Revenge of the Sith did better than Attack of the Clones.
so.
Whoa.
And I don't know that that's the case. I don't know what that's the case with the OT, but in terms of,
Got to adjust for inflation.
I think it's got to at least hit a.
I'm pretty sure Porkins guy explained this all out.
I'm pretty sure he did too. Too bad
Yeah,
he's
go
not,
back
he
and
hasn't
listen
showed
to
up yet.
episode. What episode was that, Mike?
Episode 27. I don't know.
There you
Nailed
go.
it.
Nailed it. First
Nailed
try.
If it's not on that one, just keep listening.
I don't know. I mean, any thoughts from you guys on this? I mean, what if they do under $1 billion? What does that tell you? If it, where do you think it's going to land, Howie? I mean, any ideas? Any
3.
thoughts? You think it'll?
$3.
No, actually,
About
No,
350.
realistically,
man, I don't know.
does it come in between Last Jedi and? I mean, does it generate that hype?
I don't.
Or you just?
I honestly don't. That's the whole thing about this movie is you could just say Episode 9. I don't know. To anything, any question that you
agree.
ask about Episode 9,
I agree.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. The original trilogy, I'm going to talk domestic gross right now.
Yeah.
Empire Strikes Back was 2/3 of Star Wars, and Return of the Jedi was right in the middle of the two.
There you go.
Huh.
There you go.
That does not include re-releases, but they would only skew it a little bit.
Yeah,
Right.
sure.
Is that adjusting for inflation?
No, it is not, but it would still be that way. Because that's how math works.
At the same ratio,
I don't
even?
know.
Yes, as a matter
Did
of
you
fact.
do the math?
Wow.
I mean, okay, so if that all holds true, then you would have to expect that, it's got to do
Better than The Last Jedi?
That's the way I feel like
Better
it
than
should.
Solo,
but
that's for
what's transpired up to this point, you're just like,
It seems like a tall order because there was also more time between these movies.
But see, I mean,
I'm thinking they're looking to overhaul anyway. I'm thinking they're going through the motions on this. It's the end of an arc. It's going to wrap it up, and let's start fresh in the morning, boys.
I don't disagree with you, man.
Yeah.
Honestly, I mean, seriously, I mean, no, I'm not.
He looks so sad.
I'm laughing at you.
Yeah.
No,
Like,
seriously.
what do you think it's going to make? Hey, I think it's going to make. They're starting over.
Yep.
No, wait a minute. I mean,
I
not,
stand by it.
Rebuilding here, guys.
I
It's
stand
rebuilding
by
here.
it.
Commit.
It's
You
all
got to
good.
commit.
not to the extent that it's like, we just admit failure and these just never mind. We didn't really make these movies. I mean, it's not that. I mean, these movies are canon and all that stuff, but I mean, well, they've already kind of done that, right? I mean, they pumped the brakes back in August when Iger got out there and was talking about, well, we're gonna slow things down a little bit, and we're only really working on the Game of Thrones guys movies and Mandalorian and I mean, so they've already kind of done that. They've already kind of done this course correction thing. So
is the budget bigger for this film?
I haven't heard anything about budget.
Well,
on
I know.
this yet.
I'm
So-
just
GG's
speculation.
involved, so I'm going to go with yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what. After the fiasco that was Solo, and actually the problems that they had with Rogue One, I think that's one of the things that they're going to be really looking at is reining in these budgets.
Mm-hmm.
And
I like both of
reining
those the
in.
best. That's what sucks.
Yeah.
Out of all the new stuff.
I know. I like the two spinoffs better.
Yeah, I do.
I do too.
Yeah. Especially Rogue One.
Hands down.
I know Mike hates Rogue One, but I loved it.
I effing love Rogue One, dude.
All right, Mike, we get it. God, it's so negative.
Stop hating on Rogue One.
He hated the soundtrack. He hated everything.
Yeah,
Damn it.
He called Felicity Jones ugly.
he did.
And I was just like, I don't see how
dare
that's
you?
relevant or
She's an
accurate, Mike.
American British treasure.
An American British treasure?
Yeah.
She's a treasure, that's for sure.
She's a colonial treasure.
I
Sort
think
of.
she's also married or engaged to be married now, so
I still don't see how that's relevant.
it's
It's
You're right,
called
you know,
internet.
You could interpret.
right.
You could interpret to me two different ways. By the way, I could be totally like heroic, and like Mike. I don't see that.
No,
I don't
we know
even-
you're not.
And then
We
the
know
other
you're
side of
not.
it's going. I don't care. She got a ring on her finger. You don't know me. See, you
I
go
got
either
the internet.
Ambiguity. That's how you survive the internet, gentlemen.
yeah. Hey, in more Ep9 news, Todd Fisher this week
Yes,
has kind of chimed in about his sister Carrie Fisher.
sure did.
He apparently has been shown some of the footage that's going to be included in the movie,
Yes, he do.
Lucky.
and
And he pooped his pants. He cried. He cried.
all
Tears
of
cry
the
poop.
all of the above.
I hate
Cheers
cry
for poop.
pooping. Cry pooping
Poop
is the
for,
worst.
poop for
how you
tears.
get pink
Tears
eye.
for poop.
That's when you cry out your butt.
Yep.
That's how you get salty poops.
Conjunctivitis.
Oh, pink eye.
Don't get poop in your eye, kids.
Hep A.
Anyway,
E. coli.
Todd Fisher is pleased. Is the word that was used.
Oh, that's a terrible
He didn't
word.
come out swinging,
That's a
huh?
terrible word.
he
I
did
hate
not-
that word.
Pleased.
That sounds like
pleased.
something. Oh,
Something
good job,
Garrick's mom
guys.
does. Oh.
I'm going to placate you.
I'm pleased.
It's hard to say why he's pleased, but one of the things that he did mention is that stop it. So I have some booze once
Mike's
in a
going to be
while.
asleep in the next episode. Just
This is
FYI.
tequila.
It's not that bad.
This is why I don't
I
like
just
to do
talk-
bits in the
Hey,
second episode.
I talk that way
Only
naturally.
drunks say
Come
it's
on.
not that bad.
That's right.
No,
That's
he
the
he
first
did
step.
say that the footage there's going to be more footage of Leia than you expect.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that was interesting to me.
Really?
Well, I wasn't expecting much, so
Yeah. Well, I mean, they haven't killed her yet in the movie.
No, they haven't.
Nope, that great send off they gave her didn't do anything to send her off.
Right.
I'm sorry. I'm still weirded out by this. I still really feel like that they should have put the brakes on that and switched Hamill and Carrie Fisher once that happened.
That would have been weird.
It would have been a big change.
Yeah, I don't want to see.
It would have been huge, and I know Rian Johnson didn't want to do it. But
I mean,
guess
that's
what?
literally calling Ron Howard huge.
You've got to. To me, you got to serve the story. So JJ, I don't want to be JJ in this situation.
Directors don't want to
I'd
serve
be
the
okay
story
being
anymore.
JJ in this situation because, man, what a paycheck.
I don't see how having Luke.
Doesn't
Yeah.
matter how bad you do.
No.
All the
guess.
money.
Screw that.
monies.
I'll walk on the Brooklyn Bridge with my son and then just go off into the sunset with all my money.
There you go.
Yep.
I don't understand Mike's
soon.
analogy though. I don't see what having Luke Peter Pan across vacant void of space would help the movie.
I'm what?
What?
He did that in a book.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. He did.
He was the space pirates that built the Jedi
Hang on,
trap.
let me catch him up.
No. Leave him where he is. He's fine.
Okay.
I got it.
He likes to be right there.
He lost us.
I always listen to the episode after.
Oh, do you?
And catch all the stuff that I miss while
Yeah.
I'm.
He's slightly less drunk the second time.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah.
And don't tell me you've only had two.
This is my second shot.
Yeah,
Second shot.
how much does a double shot count as?
Yeah. Well, 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that how math works?
Yeah.
Yep.
I've been doing it wrong.
It's
this
the
whole
math.
It's a 2-to-1 ratio.
If I put this in a 32-ounce cup, it's only one drink.
Right.
Still counts as one.
It's true. It's just one.
All right, my wife's uncles.
Oh man, so I don't know. You guys weirded out at all about? All this footage. I have no idea how they're going to approach us. Like zero.
Nah.
I don't know.
Nope.
I think they
CGI.
cut their losses and just start over.
I hate to say it. I love it. I'm at the point. You know what?
Back to Howie. I don't know. I don't know.
For me, I'm at the point, and I've said this before in relatively certain terms, where I like to talk about the business strategy of Star Wars, but when it comes to the story strategy, I got nothing. Episode 8 left me with, I got nothing. I got no clue. I don't even want to pretend to predict. I'm not even excited to say, wouldn't it be cool if this? Wouldn't it be cool if that? Because I have nothing.
There's no cliffhangers. There's nothing there to hang on to.
The stuff we were hanging on to, we got slapped with, and I learned quickly. Right?
Yeah.
Episode 8 slapped us with the stuff that we wanted to know it and told us to cut it out. So I'm not. And it's not consciously. I just
Cut it out.
quit it. Come on. Little Dave Coulier for you, Mike.
Yeah, nice.
I know, man. I feel
Dave
it.
Coulier.
Anybody got any word?
Mr. Woodchuck. That's a classic.
Great time to move on to the next subject, Mike.
Star Wars Resistance in the news this week.
People are going to be so mad that there's one news item that we didn't do that for.
Yeah.
It was the last one. There was like a pregnant pause. It was perfect.
Well, I haven't been watching the Resistance at all.
What,
And,
Mike?
Come
on.
Are you watching it,
He's
Garrick?
been resisting the resistance.
Eric?
Railroaded me, you son of a
I've watched some.
Some?
them.
How much is some?
Some, like 4 episodes.
Wow.
How many?
That's one more than last time.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
okay.
You went deep.
Oh, there we go.
I made it about 30 minutes into the first ep.
That's
Whoa.
I watched. I only watched 2, which is like the first 1 hour.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
I watched the trailer.
Is it okay? Yeah.
Whoa.
That's about as far as I got.
I didn't even do that.
Sancho Panda.
I know. He sacrifices his body.
I like how he
Podcast.
His mental state.
he said on the Fly Casual Discord channel, which you should all join because it's fantastic.
Yeah,
At
it is.
flycasualdiscord.com.
Go to reddit.com/r/Fly Casual, the Fly Casual subreddit. And there's a link right at the top. It'll be easy to find because there's not much else. Anyway, in there, he said of Resistance, because I was talking about how it's too slap wacky. Is that what I said? It
Slap-wacky.
slaps
Yeah.
wacky.
Yeah, right.
And he said that he can confirm that at least 4 episodes, in the first 10 seconds of the episode, the main character pratfalls. And I said, and I said, I've watched 2 episodes and statistically can confirm
No.
because it happened in the first 10 seconds of both the episodes I watched.
Okay, so despite I don't know, tepid acceptance of this Star Wars property.
This very confusingly marketed Star Wars
Yes,
property.
right.
It is.
We are getting a season 2.
Yep.
Woo!
So
We're doubling down.
there's that.
They already had it made.
Now that said, we've had some discussion on Discord this week. Apparently, they put out a trailer for season 2, which I have not watched yet. I
They
don't know if
did.
Second half of season 1.
It's for
Yeah.
second half of season 1.
Yeah, the second half of season 1 is a trailer. The
like
mid-season
1.5.
trailer.
That's the trailer.
1.5. We're going
Yeah,
back
but
to
there is
Battlestar Galactica.
season 2 is confirmed.
Okay, so season 2 is confirmed.
Correct.
Okay, so what I'm hearing then is that this trailer for the second half of season 1
yeah.
1.5.
kind of looks good.
Right. And honestly,
yeah,
remember,
it
Rebels was a little cheeseball when it started.
It was.
But I say that merely to placate and justify the argument that this show is ridiculous when it starts. And that's as far as I've gotten. But it is re-dumb-diculous. So it's going to have to make a bigger leap to really reel me back in. And I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to do it.
I've told you guys I'm out unless you guys can convince me that it's worth my time.
Stay tuned. Because I'm not going to lie to you now.
The trailer for this
Maybe I would
trailer
have
for the
guessed
second
it.
half did look pretty good, I will say.
Yeah?
You could tell he's more serious because his hair is down now.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Like when Ezra cut his hair and got a big boy slick back look.
That's how you tell it's,
And
it's
a new
on.
lightsaber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is on.
No, he
That
doesn't have a
shoot
lightsaber.
pistol saber blast. A little stun blast.
Yeah.
Super.
So which one's the Jedi in Resistance? Is that
Main character.
is it? Oh,
None.
Great.
What's the main
Jedi?
character's name?
No, there's none.
Kaz.
Yet.
Kaz what?
Right. What?
Amada.
Kaz what?
Kazamata.
Sarai. Kazurai.
As Armada.
Kazurai.
Yeah.
Yep. Kazurai, totally not a Japanese video game maker. Not that at all.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, then there's that.
I think it's Kaz Wacky Slaps.
Like Giono or something like that. I don't know. It has an
What?
X in it. Who knows?
Fiona.
Okay, so the only thing I'm really looking forward to with this announcement is
Yes.
that Sancho Panda is going to be on the hook for making more.
Sucker.
He's been on the hook for a while. Where's the refresh?
Yeah, man.
Where's the updates?
That's right. We need them. Come
I
on,
know,
man.
Hot
Bring it.
demand. Hot demand.
we ain't gonna watch him.
I'll listen to those recaps all day long, baby.
I will watch them eventually, but when my 7, almost 8-year-old is telling me to put something else on because they're bored,
Oh,
it's literally
isn't it geared toward kids?
that would be the argument that this 10 o'clock or 9 o'clock Sunday night show is geared towards kids,
Yeah.
which is a sound argument. That's why I keep saying the marketing is screwed up on this
sense,
show.
right?
But when I'm sitting there going, this is too slap happy for me. This is too it's silly without being funny.
Yeah.
And that is a mortal sin. And I said, like, I mean, not funny at all, but super silly. And I'm like, if she can't appreciate it at her age, who is this?
You know,
See, this is what happens.
you know who appreciates it actually? In my household,
Yeah,
my 2-year-old.
there you go.
He loved the 30 minutes or so that it's been on in my house because, as he calls him, B8
B8.
was in it. So
Yeah.
he's down with that.
Oh.
So there you go. This is the Yo Gabba Gabba of Star Wars productions, except without all the musical mastery that Yo Gabba Gabba
I was going to
secretly
say,
hides.
right? You're comparing this to Yo Gabba Gabba.
No, Yo Gabba Gabba is brilliant
It's
on
art.
such a meta level. I feel bad for people like I used to be who looked at it and went, really, guys? You think this is great? No, you don't understand. You don't have kids yet. You don't understand. And it's like having a child is not going to make me understand. It does, simply
does.
because you have to watch it so much that it starts to sink into your brain. And you're like, oh my God.
Truth.
Yeah.
Then there's that.
I'm glad I didn't have that phase. So that's
See,
good.
the gear inside of Plex, he has a gear that lives inside of him, and it's named Gearmo.
Okay.
And that,
that-
alone
is
is
that where
one
the
of
joke
the
stops?
funniest things I've
is.
ever
That's
heard
great.
in my life.
Oh,
Gearmo
that's
is the
it?
name of the gear.
That's it. That's where it stops.
No.
Right there.
Well, it doesn't stop there.
Guillermo.
No.
Just starting
That's
there.
it.
Yeah.
His
And the
name is
dude what
Guillermo,
sings
and
the
he's a
whip
gear.
it, the dude what sings the whip it.
Is it voiced by
Devo?
Guillermo del Toro at
yeah.
least?
That's what I'm
Devo.
saying.
He's
Guillermo.
Mark the artist. He draws for you. He teaches you how to draw.
Wonderful.
He's the lead singer
And
of
then you
Devo.
got this is beat of the day.
Yeah. Welcome back to another Biz's Beat of the Day. Because Biz Marquis can't get a whole sentence out without taking a breath.
Is that
Well,
funny?
yeah.
Is that funny?
It is the greatest.
It is
Yeah,
hilarious.
the man has a speech impediment. And you're making fun
No,
of it?
no,
No, he's so
he has
fat.
asthma
Garrick,
because
he's so fat.
That's
that
what's
is
funny.
That's hilarious.
There you go.
Okay.
It's a fat
Now I'm on
joke.
board.
It's okay
These are
for
the
me to say
jokes.
that. We can call each other that.
The fats
Yeah.
can do that.
Yeah.
That's your word.
And we lost Mike.
So
Sorry.
everything's fine. Everything's fine. The
That's right.
Aquabats are on Yo Gabba Gabba. I mean, for God's sake.
What did I do? Why did I do this?
Yeah.
You know what? Here, I can end it. We'll tie it up.
Why isn't there a Star Wars Yo Gabba Gabba?
There should
I don't know.
be.
There's a-
Damn it, I'd watch
But
that.
there was a South Park one.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
Chronicles, right?
we're not going to
South
talk
Park
about
Star
Chronicles
Wars
or
or South Park Yo Gabba Gabba?
Actually, those
South Park,
Yoda,
Yo Gabba Gabba.
those
Both.
Yoda Chronicles were kind of funny.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yoda
they were.
Chronicles were silly and okay. Yeah, they were
What
kinda
happened?
Funnier
clever.
than a gear called Gearmo, that's for sure.
Whoa.
Hey.
What? I'm just saying.
Hey,
Slow your roll there, hater.
I'm
Go
gonna
back
have
to your
to
word is
mute
right
you.
there.
go back to your
You're gonna
mom's
get
basement.
muted.
Someone
You
who's-
misogynist
Yeah.
cuck.
Until
Is that
I'll
what
be
you're
right
supposed to call-
there.
Has
don't
never
actually know what
sampled
that
the
means.
goods. Has never sampled the goods
I don't
and
think
saying
that means what you think it means.
Is that a swear?
I don't think it means what you think it means.
I legitimately don't know.
Google it,
I don't want to.
but put safe search on.
guys. Rogue One in the news this week.
Sweet.
Boy.
Oh, that movie you hate, Mike.
No, I
Oh.
love it. I love it.
Oh, stop it, Mike.
It's like number 2 or 3 on my list.
We
I
already,
love
the
Rogue
2
One.
and 3, huh?
we already talked
Yeah.
about Rogue One.
We did.
Yeah,
But we're talking about it again.
I thought that one would get him.
Oh,
Rogue One has lapped
This
my
is
list.
the Cassian Andor prequel. Begins
Oh.
production in October.
woohoo!
So if you were
This
excited
October
about
or last October?
this coming October, my friend.
Oh, that's too late. I want it now.
I know, I do too. But no, we're going to get Mandalorian first, and then we're going to get our taste of the Cassian Andor show next year.
Here's the
So
backstory
it'll be 2020, buddy. before
Of the
we get-
guy who straight up murders his informants.
The dude what
Yeah.
cold blood murders everybody before he softens up about some chicken or dad.
Yep.
Yeah, classic Cassian.
Right?
Right there.
Yeah.
You don't know.
Yeah. You don't know.
Now, do you guys? Okay, I'm gonna ask this quick question.
Oh,
okay,
no.
because both of these shows are going to be on the Disney streaming service.
Yep.
Is anybody concerned
Nope.
that they're gonna dumb this down? That they're gonna water this down?
A little.
I have no idea what to expect from the streaming service because they still haven't given us exactly what kind of content we're going to expect other than these upcoming shows.
They're still fighting
It's
on
going to be
how
Disney content, man.
Well, but Disney means a lot of things.
Does it though?
Yeah, it does.
You know,
It
Disney
means
owns
Star
the
Wars,
world. They
Marvel,
bought
and like
Earth.
90% of the movies that you've seen.
The X-Men's.
Remember MGM?
Some X-Men's on
That
there?
was all Disney. See what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
ABC.
Yeah.
NBC.
Young Indiana Jones Chronicles.
Yeah.
That's a reboot.
Espen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Red
Well,
Tails.
What was your question?
DuckTales.
Not a
Red
question.
Tails 2?
We're just saying that we can look forward to Rogue One prequel going
Tales
into
of the
production
Crypt?
in October.
No. Okay. Oh no, you were
this
talking
year.
about the Disney service. That's
Oh yeah, Disney service. Yeah, I was just asking if
I boycotted
I
actually.
feel like that
I'm-
it's going
An
to
American
water down
Tale?
some of this content because I mean, the Mandalorian and this Cassian Andor series are very intriguing to me, but I want. I mean, I'm not expecting.
You're worried that they have an app that's going to be kid oriented.
Look,
Like their streaming service will all be go through the like one portal. You won't have like the separate portal for kids. and
are
all the
they going to
parent
be
controls.
cool with doing some PG-13 content, or are
yeah.
they going to dumb this down to PG or G?
No,
No,
they'll be all right
man.
with PG.
That was the Mandalorian,
Mandalorian's gonna
no.
be he's gonna be like tagging people and like choking them out.
Wouldn't it be TV like Y7
That's
or something?
that's Canada, but
Peggy 13.
I know it is.
13.5.
yeah. I'm boycotting the service until such a time as they call it Streamboat Willie.
Yep, it's fair enough.
Yeah.
Missed opportunities are as missed opportunities is.
Yeah.
Well, it depends on what your definition
Get
of it
to
is.
your tweeters, kids. Hashtag
No,
Streamboat Willie.
I think everybody is pretty much expressed that we're excited about the Mandalorian. How do you guys feel about this Cassian Andor series? Are you looking?
I'm excited
I'm
about
down
it.
with it. Yeah.
Yeah?
Oh,
Yeah.
Totally.
I'm not against it
For the
but-
little bit I've heard about it. You know.
but
It will not be as dark
Like-
as Rogue One.
I don't know.
You don't
It might
know
be.
that.
I'm not exactly jumping out of the water. They need to find the right lure to hook me.
He's drowning, guys. Hook him.
I mean, yeah. I mean, because right
I'm
now,
a fish in this scenario. I breathe underwater. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine.
Oh, so you're going to die if they hook you.
let me ask you this:
Yeah.
do you think that they bring in K2 that they get Tudyk to come in? On
Well,
this?
He's not doing anything.
Yeah, Alan Tudyk is not exactly. I mean, as prolific as he is, I wouldn't say he's too prestigious to do a show like that. So
No, I don't
why
either.
not?
He does his own show.
I just
so.
can't see them doing a CG character in a multi-episode.
No, I
series.
want Alan Tudyk as himself in this.
As Wash?
Yeah,
He slowly becomes K2.
no, I like that as Wash.
Yeah.
They
Okay.
just throw him in a back to tank. He's
A leaf
fine.
in the wind.
Well, I'll tell you what. I mean, part of the appeal
Give
of
him his
Cassian
plastic dinosaurs.
In universe.
part of the appeal
It is
to
the
me.
same universe, guys. Think about it.
There's an alliance.
No, I'm just laughing at Mike.
Part of the appeal of Cassian Andor to me is the K2 Cassian relationship.
Absolutely.
So-
Again, and that's why I'm on hold until I find out that K2's
What
in
they're
it.
doing, yeah.
What if he had another droid that he liked more than K2,
no,
and that's why
stop.
K2's
It's called
K1.
His
K1.
name is BB-8.
His
His name is KY.
Yeah.
Oh,
Stop it!
No!
Now we're all a little jelly.
Is he KYD2? I said the words!
I can't do that.
It already kicks it in. It's like automatic.
He's got to continuously grease him up.
It's voice activated. Yeah. Well, he's too big to fit through the hatch. So he's always
it.
rubbing the petroleum jelly on him.
Ah, it's getting better.
lives-
This
He
this
lives
is
in his
great.
nightstand.
And he has to, and the hatch is like an irising hatch.
Nightstand.
It's like an irising. It opens. It's like a circle.
I see what you're doing there.
I know.
Yeah.
This is the kind
The
of stuff Yo
SS
Gabba Gabba should be doing.
The SS sphincter.
There's-
Yeah.
This is what Yo Gabba.
This is way better.
Right.
He's got to lay down and get inside of it.
Yeah, he does.
oh, God.
And then there's a little conveyor that just rams him several times until he finally he's yelling, "Loosen up, push out, more." And then he pops in.
Keep it coming.
Be on this anyway. I honest to God, like I could see them going. Actually, what we learned is that K2's personality was programmed to be like Cassian's ex-partner Bob, played by Alan Tudyk. You know what I mean? That's the kind of
That's
thing I
funny.
could see happening, and I'd probably be okay with it.
It's Alan Tudyk, so yes.
Yeah.
I mean, now that you say it out loud.
It's goofy, but not bad.
No, yeah.
He could just, you know what? Since it's on a budget, he could just carry around K2's like head, right?
Yeah, there you go.
And the head could talk.
And it
Yeah,
just
got a
it
little-
flashes like Bob the Skull in Dresden
Yeah,
Files.
so we got a little Dresden Files, a little
Yeah.
Westworld going on. you know.
Yeah.
It's all coming together.
Problem
He
solved.
dresses like Anthony Hopkins for some reason.
Disney needs to call us up.
Why is Cassian always wearing an Old West style tuxedo
Trying to find the center of the maze.
and hanging around church steeples buried in the sand? I don't understand things.
He's trying to find the game
I'm
inside the
confused.
game.
Why is everyone speaking Japanese?
Because they're Japanese.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Captain
Yeah.
Japan.
All right. Well, it is a sad day in the Marvel Star Wars universe.
I'm not so sad.
Kieron Gillen is leaving
No.
the Marvel Star Wars
I mean,
team, writing team.
Kieron Gillen.
Yeah.
yeah.
Brought you such cool stuff as the Darth Vader series.
Yes.
Worked on the Dr. Aphra series.
Launch
Played Nebula in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Different Kieran, but yeah.
That's
Yeah.
Close. Kieron Gillian.
Close enough to count?
Close enough. Close enough. Yeah, right.
Yeah, he's
One's a man, one's
he's
a woman. but
gorgeous
yes.
redhead from Doctor Who, right?
Right on. Spot on. Yes.
Leggy, gorgeous girl of a man, woman of a man from Doctor Who. Yep,
Yeah,
got it.
who shaved her head and
Did that save it?
the
Really?
hair is being stored at Lucasfilm for a future project,
Exactly.
including
The hair is in cold
Remember that?
storage.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah,
Remember that started all the Mara Jade rumors.
yeah.
That's
I don't
Because they
believe any
saved
of
her
this.
red hair. In reality, all they did was save it so she could put it back on
an act
between
while
films.
it was,
Well, but she's gonna have to be Nebula several films in a row. So rather than be bald for years, they made her a wig out of her own hair, and we're all like, "MJ confirmed."
Oh, we were so young and naive back then.
Oh, 2014.
The old we
The
could
old
only
days.
go back. We can only go back to when Luke was alive.
So young and innocent.
Han was alive.
And hand was floating through space.
Leia was alive.
Oh,
Lando
It's such a
was not yet
different-
confirmed alive, but probably alive.
he's in the next film.
I'm just saying.
That means he's dead.
Yeah, exactly.
he's gonna die.
That's the last thing you want is for your character being a new Star Wars movie because you're gonna die. You don't want that. Back when Admiral Akbar was alive,
So I don't know. I mean,
too.
I'm
when
going to
the
ask
Jedi Temple were alive.
Back when Mon Mothma
When the tree
was
didn't
alive.
burn down.
Porkins used to
Back
be
when that
alive?
tree was alive. Yeah.
Porkins
When
was
we didn't
alive.
know about porgs.
Yeah, back when Force Ghost didn't have the power of Storm from X-Men.
It's cool power.
Yeah.
Back when Red 5 was still alive.
Red 5 standing by.
Not anymore.
The good old days.
Oh man!
Wow, Star
But
Wars fanboys really do suck,
No,
don't we?
Kieron
Yeah.
Gillen is leaving.
Oh, Kieron
Yeah,
Gillen.
Kieron.
Kieran?
That's a different
Chiron?
a different gorgeous person entirely.
Yeah. Chiron.
Does it have 2 eyes in it or
Hey, Aaron.
Aaron?
Aaron.
Oh, I love that.
So yes, leaving Marvel Star Wars and
Are
going,
we
That's
somehow
sad.
getting tequila infused through our skin, through the air
I
from
don't
like,
know.
Feeling like it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, I want to ask Garrick this question. I mean, how do you
tag out, guys?
how do you feel, Garrick, about the state of Marvel Star Wars right now? Because
Man, they're losing a bunch of good
some
writers.
good talent, right?
Yeah, Jason Aaron left a while back.
Yeah.
Kieran Gillen, who
Chuck Wendig.
basically made the Vader
Ooh,
comic what
too
it
soon.
was.
Well, look, I mean, we've had, I mean,
He
right?
created Dr. Afra.
I know,
Basically.
I know.
Come on.
They see the writing on the wall.
I mean, as of right now, it feels like we just have the Star Wars main title and Afra that are still ongoing. That's it,
Yep.
and everything
And
else
Kieran
is
Gillen's
just
currently writing the Star Wars main title, and he's going to be off of it here after 3 or 4 more issues.
right.
So who knows what'll happen after that?
I know comics in general are kind of struggling, right? I mean, they're not selling near
Yeah.
what they were even just 5 years ago.
Yeah. I think
And even the Star
Back
Wars,
in 2014.
even the Star Wars titles. Seriously, the Star Wars titles are when they hit. I mean, they were. Remember that first issue was like $1 million seller. I mean, they're
yeah.
nowhere near that now. We're talking like
No.
40,000
Oh, no way.
I was expecting
a week or
I
something.
remember, like you.
it's a lot of event fatigue, I think, because everything is an event now in comics.
Well,
and
Thank you.
They've also kind of done it to themselves because some of the stuff they just rush out.
yeah.
I mean,
feels
is
like-
that a nice way of saying some of it is hot trash?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, there are
50%
rumors.
of it or more.
There's actually rumors now that these are just rumors, but that Marvel's going to close
Wrong
shop
cast.
in some
Wrong
form or
cast.
fashion. I mean, they'll keep going, but that the article that I read was that Marvel might be, instead of producing their own comics, they might be farming it out to someone to do it and licensing all their product
oh, that's
to like
crazy.
IDW
Oh.
or something like that.
That's
gotta
jumping
they've
the
already
shark,
started
man.
doing some of
Jumping the
that.
shark.
right. So, I mean, the state of comics in general is kind of up in the air right now.
Well, yeah. They need to consolidate, I think, because
Right.
if you see how many titles come out every week, it's mind-boggling.
It is. It really
how
is.
they can even sell some of this stuff.
Yeah, I know you go to a
it's
big shop
insane.
down there in Indy, even my little shop up here in Fort Wayne. I mean, even the little shop, I'm just like, oh my gosh. I mean, all these titles is just crazy.
Yeah,
just-
so
it's
maybe
nutty.
that's what they're doing with Star Wars. They're trying to consolidate it because, I mean, not that there were that many Star Wars titles running at any given time. I mean, some points there were, but
Well,
I'm kind of a believer, though, that consolidating is smart in terms of because a lot of the fans who aren't Star Wars fans who aren't necessarily comic fans, like, okay, you're getting the comic fans who are Star Wars fans, right? But there are Star Wars fans who aren't comic fans who might be willing to buy the comics if they could be completionists with a fewer number of them.
yes.
yeah.
So
That's how I
at
feel.
some point, that scale tips.
I've got to say, I've been collecting these since they started coming out.
yeah.
And
Oh, yeah.
I'm fatigued, man, because there are
You
so many
keep telling
titles
me
right now.
Oh, you didn't read the Vader comic this week? I'm like, or the other 12, dude.
Yeah.
But see, that's,
But I know
that's the thing.
there's good content I'm not consuming. I know that, and I hate that, but I don't have time to consume it all.
I get it.
So what do I consume?
Well, trust me. Actually, I shot out a
The
picture.
Vader
I
comic.
shot out a
You're
picture
right.
on Twitter today because I'm falling so far behind on all my titles. I mean, it's just a huge stack at my house.
You officially you have like what we get in Steam. If you're a gamer, you have a pile of shame.
Yep. Yeah.
Well, now's a good time to catch up on that Vader comic, Corey.
I told him he needed
Like
to
right
at
now,
least
you got
read
like 10
Avatar
minutes.
issue 25.
No, because it's over. It's done.
It is over. Yes, it is done.
I'll be getting my copies from Mike
we will
in a
be
few
talking
weeks.
about that.
I will get my
Did he
compilation.
die in the end?
I will get my compilation of that when it shows up at a pallet at Ollie's for $3.99. That's not true. I will. No, that's how I prefer to consume comics. I like to get the trade paperbacks later, and so when that series comes out like that, that's where I'll be.
But just to give you an idea of where I'm at right now and where Star Wars comics are right now, I mean, we've got the main title, we've got Vader that just wrapped, we've got Afra, and then we've got at least two IDW Star Wars titles going on right now.
Right.
And then we've got on the Marvel side, we've got these Age of the Republic that are coming out, the Jango Fett, the Obi-Wan, all the one-offs, the Darth Maul, all that stuff. I'm just like, oh my gosh, they're coming at me too fast. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, one-offs are trash. One-offs are cash
They're
grab.
hard, man.
They're cash grab trash because they can't figure out how to hook you into a character arc.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And I think
I liked them.
I did.
I'm not saying that they're unlikable,
Yes,
but
I
they're
liked them too. But I know
limping to the barn.
But I know what you're saying though, because it's like, well, especially if you get a good one like the Qui-Gon one.
Yeah.
was really good. I want more.
Yeah.
Screw you.
But
And
then-
that's the other
but
thing.
then-
If they're
but then-
doing it, if they're doing it as a litmus test, there needs to be
think
more
that's what
follow.
they're doing.
Maybe,
I
but
think that's what they're doing.
but
they're,
like-
they're testing the waters to see what sells.
Which one? Yeah, which one's which? Because Qui-Gon was great, but then like Jango Fett, not so much.
It was all right.
It was completely all right, but it didn't give us anything that was really meaty. I
don't
mean,
even-
the Darth
yeah, I
Maul
don't even
one was
know-
basically a
Darth
epilogue
Maul,
to
right.
the limited run
Yeah.
series.
I don't even know what how a Jango Fett story is supposed to draw me in. Clearly, he wasn't important enough to have a real backstory in episode 2.
And then he did.
well,
And I'm not trying to be a jerk. I'm saying if the movie doesn't illustrate the importance,
right.
I mean, and of course, people make that argument about Boba Fett, and that's a valid argument because the only way you knew he was important is because he was in a cartoon before the movie came out, right? And a couple other things.
Don't talk about Boba Fett.
Boba Fett was played up early on, and that's why. And
Don't
you know,
be talking about my Boba Fett.
He was
but
in a parade.
I'm saying I understand that.
Parade.
I understand that better than I understand like the Jango Fett thing. I like the character fine, but why would I go out and make a purchase for that character's sake unless there's already a seed planted? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there's not a lot of farming going on. Not a lot of healthy, fertile ground. Well, I shouldn't say that. There's plenty. They don't seem to be able to find it. So, doom and gloom, whatever.
The workers
Yeah.
are few, Corey. The workers are few.
You know how I know Mike's had a bit too much?
How?
Because a little bit ago, he said Qui-Gon.
Instead of Qui-Gon?
Yep.
No,
Yep.
Qui-Gon.
Qui-Gon.
Well, we all agree on
Qui-Gon?
Qui-Gon.
Mace Windu.
Qui-Gon.
Mace Windu's my favorite. Mm-hmm. Hey guys,
Ben Affleck.
What?
Hey.
George Lucas in the news
Are we
this
still
week.
talking news?
Yes, we are. We're on the last one. George Lucas.
Is in the war news this week.
Oh, no.
Is he getting a movie? Is he directing episode
Red
10?
Tail 2.
No. Basically, they're just saying that
Tails.
George Lucas is dirty, rotten, filthy, stinking rich.
Oh, we all knew that.
Yeah.
Accurate.
Was
George
that-
Lucas named
was that the
America's
headline?
wealthiest celebrity this week,
What?
Wow.
according to Jedi News.
Just this week?
Just this
Even
week.
more than Hillary Swank?
Yeah.
Isn't she rich?
He lost.
Yeah, sure.
She was
She's
rich.
real. She's fat. Fat
Respect
cash.
the game.
She's what?
Fat cash.
She's not popular
Oh, I thought you
anymore?
called her fat.
Oh yeah, she's fat. Pretty hot and tempting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, like fat with a PH.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Respect the game.
Hillary Swank, yes.
Yeah.
I don't know where that came from, but sure.
Yeah.
I just thought she was rich for some reason.
Yeah,
I'm sure she
her
does
last
all
name
right.
is
Swank.
She's not George Lucas rich.
Oh, that's what it is. Swanky. Yeah, you're right. I got it. Okay.
That
All
must
right.
be
So,
it.
according to the latest
got where it's
rich
going.
list of celebrities compiled by Forbes, George Lucas leads the list, followed by Steven Spielberg and Oprah Winfrey with a net worth of $5.4. Oh, come on.
Oprah Winifred.
That was
Oprah Winifred Worthington III.
Oh, yes.
for the
Proprietor of the WGN talk show out of Chicago, made famous for years by resounding membership of her book club. Thank you, Miss Winifred Worthington III, for your service.
I'm just going to keep eating my Rice Krispie treat.
Anyway, George Lucas worth $5.4 billion.
Whoa!
Now that's after he gave away $4 billion. Now, not a lot of people know this.
He went to his account and said, "How much can I give away and still be the richest celebrity?"
He probably asked that exact question.
$5 billion and $1.
All right.
Here's your charity check for $7.2 billion and 3 cents.
Take that minus the cost of 2 new plaid shirts and donate it to something.
That'll give me the next 3
Right
years.
on. So yeah, George Lucas tops the list. So I thought that was
No,
interesting.
honest to God,
And funny.
does George Lucas have his like normal guy plaid shirts tailor made custom,
I hope so.
or is the dude seriously running to a Sears having a closing
Oh,
sale
Walmart,
and getting his like Land's End?
Oh,
You know what I mean?
LL Bean catalog, bro.
No, he's beaning it up.
No.
He gets the good stuff.
He's got
now.
the money to do it.
I want to
apparently.
believe. I want to believe that they're like $2,700 a piece. That's what I want to believe.
I just imagine somewhere at some point an Eddie Bowers was closing down and George Lucas just stood outside crying
Yeah.
with a tear rolling down his cheek. This used
No.
to be my playground.
See now, no, I want to believe that he pays exorbitant amount of money for the shirts, but then he goes to pay less for his shoes. That's what I want to believe.
Also, the person who's selling him the shirt is just going out to Kmart, a big K, buying it off the rack and ripping the tags off.
Yes, even better.
Nailed
Even
it.
better. Yes, that.
Honey, I can't find my Dockers.
I'm kidding. He only wears blue jeans. It was a joke,
Yeah,
everybody.
come on. That's Levi Strauss all the way.
Oh, well, boys, that's all I had for news.
Oh, sweet justice.
Thank God.
Finally. Dear Lord.
Somebody kicked the Porkins kid. It's time for the Porkins Bite of the Week.
Oh, we're doing it. Doing the porking
Could
thing.
you tell him to recall the prices of stuff?
No returns, no refunds, no reissues.
Oh, dang.
I don't know if y'all know this, but the dude will play the C-3PO Anthony Daniel.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That guy, he's a dick.
Hey,
Wow.
well, okay, moving right along then.
Mike hates droids.
The dude will play the C-3PO has so much trouble in the suit because it was so heavy and he couldn't move around, couldn't sit down, and it was hot as balls out there in the desert and things. So they literally, like a kitty on a scratching post, they just built him a pole to lean against. So that somewhere, I like to think in the back of a warehouse is a 3PO pole just waiting to be discovered.
I think I saw Top's baseball card with that on it.
It's like, oh, look, there's the 3PO pole. Sure enough.
There it is, right on C-3PO's baseball card.
Build him a pole so he can lean against it.
Yeah, it's
Here's
in
your
the,
leaning
Oh,
pole.
that kind of pole.
it's in the
Oh.
it's in the back of the warehouse next to the Ark of the Covenant and some crystal alien
There you go.
skulls.
That's right. And some weird metallic
men.
floating stuff.
Oh yeah, that too.
And Max Rebo's butt crack.
That's it.
It's somewhere. And
Huh.
yeah.
I have to ask you, Corey,
Yep.
what is this?
Why, this is time for the toy report.
Moving right along.
What's this? What's
What
this?
is this toy?
Well,
Is this?
due to a complete lack of interest, we've removed Garrick from the toy report.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Now, so now I'm here to just describe in painful detail what comes out of a Kinder egg, which is what Howie is holding. A
This
little
is ridiculously ugly.
a little statue of, hey,
Make sure you
Ray
make sure you
is
record that for
lovely.
YouTube.
Daisy
Ray
Ridley
is lovely.
is a lovely
Yes.
individual.
This toy is not.
It came out of a chocolate egg, bro. Not even that. It came out of a chocolate half egg, bro.
It's horrifying.
It came out of not even a chocolate half egg. It came out of a plastic half egg that the other half contained chocolate.
You know that
because you're in America.
That episode of Battlestar Galactica when Leia Dama pulled out a little dolly that's
How many
missing an eye.
Battlestar references can we get into one episode?
I'm watching.
yeah.
I'm
The
rewatching them
original?
also.
You're being such a gator right now.
Yeah, I am.
He's such a gator.
But that's what would happen with a kid who saw that. They freak
Back
out
to your
and run
post, Felix. That's his first name, Felix.
Yeah.
His name is that.
Don't you?
What a hot dog you're being.
She is kind of frightening.
Yeah.
Don't you have to have makeup to be a geisha?
No.
Frack that.
No.
I don't know. What
Yeah,
a
frack
lot.
it.
Haven't you ever seen Memoirs of a Geisha, bro?
Frack.
No.
Don't you even Memoirs, bro?
Nope.
Frack.
That's a wonderful movie.
Is it?
Yeah. Who do you think directed Memoirs of a Geisha?
Me.
Ken Watanabe.
Guesses?
Guillermo
No, he was-
del Toro.
He was one of
George
the stars.
Lucas.
Nope.
George Motherfrackin' Spielberg.
George Spielberg.
Rob Marshall, husband
Rob
of Penny
Marshall.
Marshall,
Oh.
directed.
The late great Penny
no,
Marshall?
I'm lying. He's not Penny Marshall's husband.
That would be your brother.
He's
I don't know.
Marshall's
I don't know
department
what's
store,
going
right?
on here.
Rob Marshall, who is he's the director of an upcoming
Yeah.
major upcoming.
I'm
film.
already bored.
A major,
Very bored.
major
Are we doing
cinematic
toys? Is this
event.
toys?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can you tell?
Did you guys
Wake
did I
up,
send you
Mike.
did I send you the picture of the Ray Hallmark?
That's what I'm holding right now.
His sister is
Oh, is it?
Kathleen Marshall.
Kennedy.
Of the
of the Kennedys.
of the amplifier family.
Kathleen Kennedy, whose brother is
George Kennedy.
John F. Buckley.
John F. Buckley. All right.
The dude what did Mary Poppins Returns.
Yep, that's
Also directed
That's
Memoirs of a
the
Geisha.
Mary Poppins Returns, huh?
it
Good
all
movie, by the
ties
way.
together.
Good
I-
movie.
I
Did you like it?
thoroughly loved Mary
Terrible
Poppins
movie.
Returns.
Terrible movie.
I
Wife
can't
hated
say-
it. My wife despised
Really?
it. Huge
Really?
Mary Poppins fan.
Yeah.
Huge.
Which
Me-
is the reason why she despised it.
Right. Like I didn't see Mary Poppins all the way through until I was an adult.
Yeah.
Wow.
I saw
What-
pieces of it throughout my childhood, but I
What
never
kid
watched
has?
it front to back.
What kid
Oh.
has?
And it's a long
It's
movie.
like 50
Yeah.
hours long.
Yeah.
It's long.
Yeah. You
But-
guys-
long.
You got halfway through it, and then you had to return the VCR.
No, we never owned. Yeah, we rented an effing VCR.
It was the summer of 1990. Never mind.
I got my first real 6-string. Anyway. I almost got a Budweiser spit take out of Mike on that one.
You still might.
We didn't have it on video, so the only time I would see it is like you go to school and they're like, all right, we're going to watch a movie today. And you get like 45 minutes of Mary Poppins. And then it's like, oh, got to go to gym class, you know? So that's why I never saw it all the way
And
through.
then you saw the first 45 minutes of that again.
Yeah.
So I've seen it since my daughter was born. I've seen it a few times, but me and my daughter loved the Mary Poppins Returns.
Fantastic.
How long is it?
Not as long as the
No.
first one.
Not
2 hours and
It is 2 hours though, which is not fun, but it's still it wasn't bad.
Spoiler alert: Angela Lansbury's in it.
Is she
She's
the
still
Ben
alive?
Knotts and Broomstick?
Murder
Yeah.
We Wrote.
Yes, that was kind of a neat little surprise.
Here's
They
the
have
thing.
a couple little surprises.
Had that spoiled for me ahead of time, so the whole movie, it was like freaking Batman Begins all over again. The whole movie, I'm going, when's he going to admit he's Ra's al Ghul? When's he going to admit he's Ra's al Ghul? He's got Ra's al Ghul's hair. When's he going to admit it? Right? So Batman
Yes.
Begins was a problem for me. In this, I heard Angela Lansbury was in it, and like right early on in the movie, there's a scene where they're singing and they're in an animated underwater scene. And I'm
Yes.
like, well, now this is exactly where Angela Lansbury is going to pop up. And she's going to be like bed knobs and broomsticks popping up, you know, bobbing along, singing a song at the bottom of the beautiful, briny, shivery, shiny, beautiful, briny sea. I was incorrect.
You were incorrect.
Oh.
She shows up literally 12 seconds before the closing credits. And I was like, oh, finally.
Spoiler alert, but yes.
Yeah,
That was a
spoilers.
nice little,
thanks,
that was a
Corey.
nice little
It's
surprise.
not a spoiler
Thanks,
anyway. She's
Corey.
just in the movie.
You're
That's
right.
not even the spoiler cast.
No. Well, that's it for toys. So
Yep, wrapped it up.
All right, this is all jelly.
That's a wrap. YouTube.
Doesn't
Jelly.
Doesn't work when you guys say it.
It could.
I did all this research for nothing.
I don't believe you did any
All right, you know what,
research.
Garrick? You know
Yeah,
what,
I
Garrick? I want you to
What?
feel like a valued contributing member of this podcast.
Thanks.
So you go ahead and do your toy thing
Now-
while we talk about
Now,
it.
be honest. You would have done this research regardless of the podcast.
someone,
You're right.
Someone.
This
mute his mic.
is all stuff that's on my Twitter feed. I just relay it to you.
Oh, that's good.
That sounds like somebody else.
I haven't read it because
Sounds like
I
a dig.
unfollowed you.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
No problem.
Thanks. I blocked you a long time ago, so it's we're even.
I would expect to be blocked.
Ooh, that's as aggressive
So anyway,
as
hey,
Canadians
guys.
get.
Yes,
You guys like cyborgs?
Nope.
I do.
Huh?
As a matter of fact, I do.
Mike likes cyborgs.
Yes.
I like the kind that come with implants.
Ooh, well, you're in luck. What about cyborgs wielding lightsabers?
Even better.
Huh?
Even
Yeah.
better.
So
Okay, I'm still on board. Still on board.
General Grievous?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
General
talking about.
Grievous. So he has a Black Series figure that is now out for pre-order.
Ass.
Yep.
Bad
Is now out for pre-order.
for pre-order.
That's okay.
So if you go out to GameStop.com, don't do that because that's horrible.
Ooh,
I did it.
Don't buy it.
I got a tip on Discord from Darth Joe Pesci.
I looked into the trap, Ray.
If you go to Entertainment Earth, you can actually get this figure a little bit cheaper. So it's a 6-inch Black Series General Grievous. Comes with 4 lightsabers, a blaster, a cool cape. Only $30. Only $30, guys.
Really?
That's $10 more than other Black Series figures.
Big- it's
it
also
comes with,
bigger.
it's a bigger box.
What do I care? It's less plastic. He's made of skeletons.
That's cyborg parts, man.
Even less so.
He has double the arms.
He's a giant carpet drying
He's
box
got
fan.
more
He's got double
points
the
of
lightsabers.
articulations.
Look,
He has a million points.
Plurals.
I love this figure. It looks pretty good for a Black Series 6-inch, but
Yeah.
I am kind of tired of that. I mean, because they did this with the Gamorrean Guard.
Yep.
With the bigger packaging, and I guess I get
They're
it.
releasing
It
fewer
is bigger.
figures, and more of them are more expensive because they are choking you out as a collector. Fight the power, bro.
No, you're
Oh,
just
I
being
am.
a-
I've
you guys
been
are just
done.
being old men.
No.
Yeah, you guys are all old guys.
No, I'm a guy with a
What's wrong with
checkbook
you?
that's like going to zero real fast.
I'm just sitting on my porch drinking
Just
my
sell
country
some of them
time lemonade
Bitcoins.
and telling you little grubbers to get off my lawn.
Sell your Bitcoins,
That's
guys.
exactly what you're
Sell
doing.
my big. I can't sell now. It's down.
It's been down since you bought them.
My $750 investment's worth about $230 right now.
$2.30.
God, you
Yeah,
missed it.
230,
You missed it
but
by
yes.
like a month.
I know.
But
I know.
then you also would have had to have sold about the time you bought.
So you should have bought
Dog it.
$700 worth of Black Series figures. Is that what you're
I
saying?
should have, but I did not, and I can't.
Well, now you still have that
Constable Zubios.
opportunity, man.
Wait, you
Still buy 'em.
you
That's a
seriously
cool
bought
figure,
Bitcoin?
man.
I thought you were joking.
Nope.
Oh no, I own Bitcoin, baby.
Oh boy.
He owns
It's coming
all
back. It's
of
coming back
Bitcoin.
hard, baby. It's
Isn't it
coming
free? Why would you buy it? Can't you get it for free?
Yeah, all it costs is pretty much a video card
Yeah,
every couple
free.
months.
Free. Yeah.
It's
So
a cool
anyway,
figure. I'll probably get it at some point, but
Pre-order it.
ugh.
Yeah.
No, I
Well, the
can't.
good
I
thing
can't.
about
5 minutes of
GameStop
screen time.
figures is they usually hit that clearance shelf after about 2 months.
I'll
Yeah,
get
they
it. I'll
do.
get it if nothing else for my kid. That's his favorite character. So
Is it really?
Which kid? Because I'm pretty sure that he could choke on literally every part in that box.
the older,
See,
the oldest.
I'm wishing now that I would
That's a
have.
weird favorite character for a kid.
I know I'm not even sure he's made it through any of the movies long enough to see him on screen, but
And not accidentally sneezed when he was on screen and missed it entirely.
right.
Yeah.
General Kenobi.
Hello.
Well, they're re-releasing Boba Fett.
For what?
Yes.
Well, yeah,
Black
as,
Series.
as part of the
Yeah.
repackage. Yeah.
Yeah, they're repackaging all the popular ones as the archive
And
series.
I'm going to get Bosk finally.
Is that
yes.
is that going to make
I
my
got an
original one
original
go up in
boss.
value?
Yes.
Which one?
The Boba Fett.
The Chinese
Are you sure
knockoff?
yours is
No,
original?
that's my Darth Maul.
Yes, mine
Oh,
is
my bad.
original.
Which one? Which Darth Maul?
The Chinese one.
I know which one.
I have both.
Don't you have
Yeah, you
two
have like
Chinese
3 of
Darth
them.
Mauls?
Yes, I do.
Actually, it's funny because people are collecting the Chinese knockoffs now.
Fantastic.
Man, people collect everything.
That's
They
going to be
do.
worth about as much as your Bitcoin.
Yeah, pretty much.
No, it won't be worth
So, hey guys, somebody celebrated a 20th birthday this month.
it. Yes, all right. Let's not make a big deal.
this
I'm
year.
embarrassed, you guys.
So, Lego Star Wars started making, Star Wars Lego sets 20 years ago.
Wow.
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 All right.
Wow.
20 years ago. It's been that long.
Yeah.
So they are celebrating that with some new Lego sets coming out, and they will be announced or being dropped in April of this year.
And they'll be ridiculously priced.
And
Yeah, I
I'm
was
like
gonna
they're
say.
celebrating with some new overpriced things for you to buy.
The 20th anniversary of the installment plan that you can pay to own
Legos.
this.
No one has matched Lego in quality or price.
Yes.
Right.
True.
Yes. You get what you pay for, right?
My kid loves
Lego?
the Lego. I got to buy the Legos.
Yeah.
He's not as much into the Star Wars Legos.
You know, I don't want to get anybody in trouble with my daughter. Months ago, put some Legos on her Christmas list, not thinking that that would be half of the presents she received at were all of the Lego sets.
Oh, wow.
And she looked at them and she didn't even want to open them. And as soon as we got home, she asked if we could return them.
What?
Oh, wow.
So we had to take an Amazon hit because you return stuff other people buy you. They charge you shipping on every package. Yeah.
Even if you're on Prime?
Yes, you get charged shipping.
That's bullcrap.
And it was ordered on a Prime account, and we were returning it on a Prime account, a different Prime account, and we had to pay shipping. And so we took a hit, but still lots of money left over because 3 Lego sets is an astronomical amount of money.
That's true,
Astronomical. Not astronomical. That would be different.
No, that's a.
Who doesn't like Legos? Come on. They're the best.
That's
They're so cool. They are so cool. My son
so
loves
cool.
them.
Yes.
And we've got a ton of little kits, and he loves sitting down, and we love putting them together. But they are expensive as piss.
These are Lego friends, though.
Yeah.
Lego friends. They're like, hey, here's a coffee shop. Everything's purple and yellow and made out of studs only.
My daughter has that one.
Yeah. Like everything is tiny, and if the child breathes on it, they just fall apart. It's like not the same build quality.
We've lost probably 80% of that set.
Yes, that set is
Somewhere.
all like things that are made of 2 studs.
Oh, geez.
Terrible.
I think my son's
Terrible.
eating that whole set.
We're waiting for him to poop that whole set.
Certain, yeah.
That's actually my
That'll
oldest.
clean you out.
Had some Christmas money, and that's what he chose to get with it was, I don't know, some ship that had Mace Windu and Grievous
There you go. Window. There you
as
go.
the Lego figs that came with it. So
Mace Window and General Grievous.
Mace Window. Yeah. So anyway,
and then
moving on.
Oh, okay.
I know Mike won't like this
What?
because he hates Rogue One.
Dude.
He'll get over it.
But yeah, sorry, Mike. I love it. It's true. But Hot Toys just announced a new 1/6 scale figure coming out. One Director Orson Krennic.
Orson J. Krennic?
Orson J. Krennic.
Well, it ain't Orson J. Pig.
They're going back to Rogue One. See, you think people forgot about Rogue One because it came out so long ago. But no. Hot Toys
like
never
25
forgets.
years ago. It's amazing
Back
how fast
in the
time
before
goes.
time.
Yeah. So yeah, this so as Hot Toys is, it's a very detailed figure. It looks just like Orson Krennic. What do you guys think? Huh? Orson Krennic?
That's a heck of a Mendelsohn.
I'm just sitting.
am-
I'm sitting back here waiting for the drop.
Trying to find
Orson?
some pictures here. I can't.
Oh,
just
there you
You
like
have to click.
just
Scrolling
like
up and down doesn't work.
Yeah.
just like
you gotta
everything I see at the Chicago Art Institute, I look at this and go, "Wow, that's amazing." Can't afford it.
I don't know.
It's not working, Mike, because you don't have a touch screen.
Oh.
There he is talking to the Vader.
Yeah. So yeah, he has like 7 interchangeable gloved hands.
Nice. 7.
7.
I'll never understand interchangeable body parts. I'll never get it.
What? He has a fist.
What are you supposed to do? Tape a sandwich bag to his back? I mean, for God's sake.
He
There's a
punches people
drawer
with
in
it.
his display stand. I mean,
It's
Actually,
like a
that'd be
Mr.
okay.
Potato Head. You just stick it in his
you
ass.
stick him in his butt.
Oh no!
They look great, though.
Just
man.
like all of
I mean, these
Garrick's
images
toys.
are dead on. The faces.
You're
just
bending my Mendelsohn.
Amazing.
I bet by Mendelsohn.
I think
IGA caused hemorrhaging.
Oh no.
Well, she's
It's
got,
You got to KY
incredible how-
that up.
You guys.
What now? What?
what
Oh,
happened?
oh, Mike. Oh, Mike.
You guys.
Hey, there he is with
Mike.
Tarkin.
Oh,
That's
you
great.
guys. Clean it up.
Yeah, you can make Tarkin and Krennic kiss if you want.
Who wouldn't want? Why wouldn't you want?
It's in my fanfic.
That's what I always wanted.
Doesn't want that.
Are we shipping on this podcast now? That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
Moff Tarkin, I'd like to kiss
Have we
you.
ever stopped
You may fire
shipping?
when ready.
Nailed it. Yeah.
I'm still waiting for
So,
the drop.
this-
Stunning figure. How
Yeah,
much is it
stunning
going to put me
figure.
back?
Price tag.
How many
sits at
house payments?
$52 and
Hey, I
88
can afford
cents.
$52
and 88 cents
and 88
Plus tax.
cents.
a month.
Oh, plus
a month.
Oh, a month.
Wait, a month
Yeah.
For 27
Until
years.
you get up to $235.
Until
Oof.
your
It's
social
yours. You
security
own it.
check kicks
You
in.
own it after that.
4
They'll
payments.
send, yeah. They'll send you the deed to it. Or the title.
You know
Does it
what?
have a
You know
title
what?
or a deed?
For these figures,
Someone find me the flea market where these things sell at above retail. Like, I collected this. I held on to it for 15 years. Where's the $400 flea market where people go to buy $400 collectibles? Is it on this? Is it between Dayton and Cincinnati on 75 next to what used to be Big Butter Jesus? Is that where I go? Thank you.
big butter.
I don't see how a director Krennic figure could ever go down in value.
He got hit by lightning.
Fan favorite. Fan favorite right there, director Krennic.
You don't buy
so
this
about
to
that.
make
Look,
money.
it's a great looking figure.
Yeah.
$235 for this quality
Yeah.
figure.
That's a
It's
steal.
salty, but
Don't get me wrong. You could love the character,
Okay,
but who's seriously
but-
going,
It's 1/64
I could get
scale.
Christmas for my children, or
that's right.
Yeah.
or I could wake up every day and see a stunning likeness of Ben Mendelsohn that I didn't print off on a laser printer for
forget
10
making-
cents at the
Don't
local
forget
Walgreens.
making him and Tarkin kiss. I mean, that's
true.
part of
Look,
the-
look.
No, you're going to scuff them up, bro.
Rogue One is just not quite in that classic
else?
stage yet.
Corey,
Give
what
it
else are
10
you going to do with that
years,
sweet Lego
maybe?
return money?
So in 10 years, when it becomes part of that classic stage, find me the crystal, the absolute glimmeringly clean flea market swap meet
Yeah.
that's got all these high end goods that you're moving for me, bro.
Why are you selling your collectibles at a flea market?
Should not be
Why are
selling
you
them at all.
selling your
They should be
collectibles?
heirlooms. to
Yeah.
your children.
Heirlooms to my children.
Yeah.
So they can sell them at flea markets.
So
when
they
you're
can
dead.
make him kiss.
Why is your attic full of really
Yeah.
creepy little statues? It's this old sci-fi my dad was into.
He said they were worth a lot.
I just
Don't
hook
look 'em
I hook
directly
him
in
up
the
to
eye.
bottle rockets now.
Yeah, exactly. I let the grandkids play with them. They make these two kiss a lot for some reason.
Because it's hot. That's why.
I attach M80s to their butts.
Like, hey, look at me. I'm a New York stockbroker making a lot of money. I wear suspenders and roll my dress shirts up to the elbows because I look like I'm tough. And I work out in the morning and I
Yeah.
shower when I get to work because we have a locker room because that's how we roll.
It's called blue collar chic.
My
bro.
entire apartment is a corner penthouse apartment, right? And it's got like all the walls are silver. And here's my
Why are they
room full
silver?
of multi-$100 Star Wars toys. Like,
Yeah.
I don't
hang out
get
with
it.
that guy. He sounds cool.
yeah, bro.
He's talking about you, Garrick.
That room's next to his cocaine room.
Oh,
The room where he
Is that-
keeps his cocaine.
Yeah.
is that supposed to be a bad thing? I don't understand.
You take whatever
You got
insinuation.
it on piles on your desk, like the Al Pacino.
He snorts them right off his suspenders.
Salt.
Yes, everything I'm saying is exact.
Oh, is that your flour jar? No.
That's my flu powder.
It's my BK headache powder.
That's how we get to Diagon now.
Look, this is a cool looking figure. I just don't
check
know
it
that.
out. Go
I
pre-order it right now.
I just don't know that
Pre-order
director
Click it. Click it.
classic
Trade
enough
in all
to
your,
spend
trade in all your Legos on Amazon and buy it.
Click it.
Yeah, do it.
It's a good character.
This
Yeah.
looks great, just
I
as
wouldn't.
usual.
I wouldn't spend this much money on a classic character.
You wouldn't spend any money on any figure.
You're darn right. You figured me out.
Well, maybe I could change your mind, Corey. Coming
Funko.
up next is the long-awaited
Yes.
Pop Corner, baby.
Dun, 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 dun.
One person on this podcast will probably lose his goddamn mind, which he's already doing. So Funko Pop has leaked via Lunchbox, I guess Instagram from the Lunchbox store. Box lunch.
Okay.
Say box lunch?
It's box lunch, not lunch.
They don't actually sell lunch there. I was
Lunchbox is
disappointed when
where
I first went.
Roseanne and Jackie sold loose meat sandwiches.
Yeah, not that. Not that one.
That is accurate.
This is box lunch where
Wow.
they don't sell food, they sell nerd stuff. Funko Pops is releasing a line of Return of the Jedi Star Wars figures. Woo!
Oh boy, I can't wait
This
to see the
includes
Rancor.
Lando Calrissian, Emperor Palpatine, Wicket,
Wicket.
Warwick. I don't know what what's the middle W
It's
stand for?
Warwick, not Warwick.
Warwick, yeah.
Warwick.
Yeah.
We're at war.
Warwick.
Garrick.
Yeah, Mike, take that.
Princess
Damn it.
Leia in her indoor dress, which is hot. You know what I'm saying?
I don't have any
Han
Leia
Solo.
in
It is
indoor
kinda
garb.
hot, but yeah.
And Han
I
Solo.
want them all.
And if you think those are cool, just wait. There's more.
There's more?
Pop, and I've never seen anything like this, is going to release an electronic Darth Vader Funko Pop, complete with light up Sith lightning effects.
Want.
Because he's getting electrocuted
Take my
by the
money.
Emperor, and he lights up.
Take it now.
And he
Lights
lights
up.
up. That's better.
Corey.
That's better than the Black Series figure.
Yeah,
lights
where
up.
he
He
just got
doesn't
a
light
clear
up.
purple face.
Yeah.
I know that's
Speaking-
pretty awesome though.
Have you ever heard of electronic Funko Pop?
I have now.
They've made it to the 20th century.
That's right. It's a landmark
Is
historical
it a smart
event right
Funko
here.
Pop?
Diodes
Pop.
unlocked.
Funko Pop. Funko Pop. Woot. So those are cool. Check them out. They'll be out sometime. This is a leak, so who knows?
Hey,
when they'll
so
be
what
out.
happened to our Funko channel on Discord?
Aw, somebody deleted it. Somebody deleted our Funko channel.
It was Corey.
Corey,
I claim ignorance.
why did you delete my Funko channel? That's where I was putting all my Funkos.
Hurry up, put it back in, Garrick. They won't notice.
Look over there, Corey. What's that?
Look over where? What? Hey.
It's back. Sucker. Oh, it's gone again. Well, that's all I got for the toys, guys.
Spell it backwards, Garrick.
Oh, they'll never find it if I do that.
I'm not smart enough to understand. Oh, isn't that the truth? Hey, you know what else is going on Discord? You're joining it because it's awesome. And we really are having fun talking with some of the listeners, and we want to get more of you in there. It's a good time.
We have thousands of people. already
Thousands of
joined.
people lining up to click the link. So
It's
once
just
again,
it's a waiting list right now. We're getting everyone in as fast as we can.
but it's LIFO, so if you click on it, you're the last one in. You're the last one to click. You'll be the first one
first
in.
one in.
There you go.
There you go.
I guess that's,
Everyone's in there
Last in,
waiting.
first out.
yeah,
there you go.
There you go. So you're the first one out of the line. So yeah, if you want to join our Discord, and we would love to have you there, go ahead and go to. You can scour our Twitter account at FlyCasual1138, or you can run over to the subreddit at reddit.com/r/ you know, subreddit. I don't know. Fly Casual.
Something
Is the name
roast-
of the subreddit.
roast me.
Go over there and you can find the link, the invite link into the Discord where there's stuff going on over there. On that, I'm just still working on
if
that.
You
It's not
click
that's a-
now. If you click now, it's like going to Disney with the fast pass.
Right.
You go right in.
you go right
Yep.
in. You
Whoa.
race past
Fast
everybody
pass?
else. But
Yes.
in the Discord
I'm
channel,
going on Big Thunder Mountain.
not only are we pulling in news sources from some of our favorite content providers about Star Wars news, we also are just having, we're sharing memes. We have an off-topic channel in there where you can just chat about anything that you find interesting and stuff like that. And we really want to grow that community. We really want to make that something special. And you'll get sneak peeks of some of the stuff that we're talking about and some of the content that we'll talk about related to the show, in addition to a nice place to get all the YouTube videos and stuff like that Mike's putting out, which you're also going to run over to YouTube.
Yes, please.
Search on the Fly Casual podcast at the YouTubes
Yes,
and find
please.
our channel there and take a look, because there is content 100% a poppin' on
Yes.
YouTube. So if you're sitting at work and you're like, oh man, my phone's dead and I totally forgot to bring my lightning cable. See, I said it that way because iPhones die a lot. Then you can be like, all right, I'm just going to plug my earbuds into my laptop, provided I still have a 3.5 mil jack. Because I had an iPhone and I'm like that, and so who knows?
Look, we're
listen.
We're posting the entire apps, but then we're also breaking them down into segments. So
That's
if
right.
you just want to listen to the toy report, or you want to listen to some rumors, you can do that.
Although if you look, the Toy Report episodes have the least amount of clicks.
Burn.
So run out to all those places. You can also check us out on Facebook, facebook.com/flycasualpodcast. The website's betterkind.com if you want to check the show notes and click along while you're listening. If you're not watching Mike click along while he's participating, quote, end quote, by watching the YouTube videos. You can click yourself on the website. Just pull it up and pull up the episode you're listening to, or you can listen right from the website too. We have all these options. How would we ever even count the number of listeners to share with all of our sponsors? Easy. We don't have any, so it doesn't matter. Go anywhere you want and listen to the show. But if you do, iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play Store, all that crap, give us a nice little review. We'd like to reach more listeners just like you. In the meantime, I'm Corey. Over there is Mike.
Nighty-night.
Over there's Howie.
Night.
All right, there's Garrick.
Night.
And Petrie.
Night.
Now, for realsies, I'm going to say it so it works. We're jelly. Say, guys.
It did work.
I will the power.
Jelly.
I have the power!
Jelly. Jelly.
Those are my lightning sounds.
Jelly. It doesn't work.
You guys just suck is all.
Oh.
Jelly.
Oof.
Oh, crap.